Alright, here's what I wanted to show you too. This is Misty from Pokemon. It's a little older version of Misty. I looked at a lot of cosplayers and was looking at how they were portraying Misty, how they put it together, and at first I was doing like Misty as we had from the show. I'm like, but that's not much of a challenge for me. So how about I try something a little bit more? How about I push it just a little bit much? You know, see how far I can take myself. You know, so I did add the little character that she always carries, and God knows the fandomness in my brain just left, so I cannot remember this character's name. Oh, it drives me crazy. Don't it drive you crazy when that happens? Like, it's on the tip of your tongue, and you're like, I know this, and I feel stupid because I can't tell anybody. But anyway, so I thought this came out okay. I like the facial expression that she has. And as you see again, there's so many lines in her hair that I did. And I overdid it. I actually had to go back and erase some of this out because, again, I'm doing way too much. I don't always let the color dictate. I want to draw every single line in there because that is one of my artistic issues. I draw, I see the outline in things. I see the contour. I had an art teacher tell me one time that I kind of draw like the Egyptians back in the day, where I draw the style or the symbol. It's a symbol of what I see. Sometimes I don't actually see that, or I see things that are there, like the elbow here, this little bump and all that, but it's making it too pronounced. It makes it, you can over detail stuff, you know. I mean, this right here with her cloth, all right, this is probably still a little much, you know, but it maybe not be necessary and stuff. And even again, I had to erase some of this stuff out because I just get lost in those lines. And that's one of the reasons where originally as an artist, I wanted to do everything in color. Now I love to do everything in ink and black and white. I don't know why. I just seem to have gotten to the point where I just prefer black and white. And I absolutely love it. So let me show you what this looks like colored though. We'll turn the color layers on. So that is when I got done. This is the flats with the tones and some shading and stuff on here and mixed it up. And I was like, this is pretty cool. This line on the Pokeball may be too big heavy. Maybe I need to thin that out a little bit, even though I was trying to emphasize her arm in some places where it's more in the foreground and it's closer up than it is in the back, if that makes sense. So just trying to pop that out a little bit more. I may need to go back and readjust that now that I'm looking at it again. And that's what happens when you go back. Okay, so then I was like, I didn't just want to see what I could do with the white background. So I made a gradient and popped this in here. Because I had saw this little thing where Pikachu, now of course I remember Pikachu's name, Pikachu was in the front of this kind of like really psychedelic multicolor thing in the back. I'm like, oh, that might work as a background. That actually might be pretty cool, actually. So I messed around with it, did some circles, kind of made these little what I call bubbles over here, and just kind of put it together. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool. I think it kind of goes with the motif. Maybe it will, you know, it's a little different, you know, versus just having, you know, white. So, but I think it works both ways, you know. But again,